8 signs you are in a fake relationship with someone. 1. The communication sucks. Suitable verbal exchange is a requisite for a healthful dating. If you are in a courting wherein you barely speak, you cannot forget the last time you had a heart-to-coronary heart with your partner. You simply text every now and then. It's just on and off. You are blind to what's taking place in the different man or woman's life, and it usually seems like you don't recognize the alternative character. Then you definitely are now not simply in a dating. You have got shaped a real bond best while you experience related together with your partner, emotionally, physically and mentally. As an instance, if we communicate about lengthy distance relationships, the conversation is type of the handiest element the two have. They don't get to peer every day, they don't get to head on a date with every other. Both texting and calling each other is the only thing they have got. Now, so as to live together, they have got to talk nearly all day lengthy. You need to text them all of the time to realize what's up. You have got to name quite frequently to know how they're doing, maybe a video name every so often, and cross on a virtual date. Besides, be it a long-distance one or a normal dating, the communique must be there. It doesn't virtually mean you have to textual content the one that you love every 2D of the day, but you need to know what's happening of their lives, how become their day, and on and on and on. You've got we're given to have those lengthy night conversations as soon as some time. The time where simplest you are together, there's nobody else to disturb, you can't stop speaking with each different, opening up in front of every different. Those are the real conversations you want. If you get to understand everyday daily matters approximately the one you love through social media or a person else, even their birthdays from FB notification, you're surely now not in a real dating. 2. There is too much PDA. This could come as a marvel, you are nearly nibbling on each other. Isn't that a terrific factor? No, it isn't. That is indicative of overcompensatory and ostentatious behavior. You are trying to put on a display, a make accept as true with. It's a way of retaining the phantasm that you guys have created, to misinform yourself and the others around you. You might be in a fake relationship and still control to listen such things as, "What a really perfect couple you men are. You are making us need to have a courting," and many others. If you guys are not this crazy about every different in private, however, can preserve your fingers off every other as soon as you've got organization, you then have some questions to ask. This isn't always absolutely something very particular. There are many actual existence couples that sincerely do this. They placed up a show each time they're out putting with their buddies, or at a celebration, dinner or anything it is. They maintain each other and smile together while they're in front of other people, but as quickly as they get in the vehicle to return to their domestic, it's completely the other. You each want to speak to every different, know what's going in the incorrect course, and ask each different questions like, do you even want to stay with each different? It smiles sort of sweet, seeing a pair keeping arms or kissing. I mean, glaringly, kissing in public shouldn't be one of those extended ones that emerge as in making out, and there shouldn't be grabbing in public both, but a bit PDA is sweet. But this PDA can be very without difficulty deceiving. Overcompensating for something getting into your life in the front of people isn't something new, and it surely isn't limited to relationships both. PDA can even, every now and then, seem forced. It's a pretty commonplace announcing that appearances can be deceiving. So, it isn't always continually the manner it looks like. If you see a couple smiling and preserving hands collectively out in public, doesn't absolutely imply they may be glad together. 3. There are no superb moments. The relationship simply feels ordinary, nothing unique. You guys don't have any great reminiscences together, there aren't any wonderful emotions attached to the time you men spend collectively. This shouldn't be the case. Love is an excellent feeling, and if it feels something less than fantastic, you're not absolutely in love. It doesn't surely ought to be something actually big, like a massive event or moment. Even small tiny things, just like the inside jokes and having lovable nicknames for every other, can mean lots. There needs to be something that you each can relate to. Once more, it should be large, something which could make you both do not forget a candy reminiscence or maybe snigger collectively. Something which you see and makes you reflect on consideration on your accomplice, something that makes you omit them. As an instance, some post you see on a social networking site and it reminds you of that character and you tag them. It may be a video, song, photograph or anything. However, I'm trying to mention here is that even something as low as a post on Facebook can mean loads. It could be a movie you both saw together, a place you went to your first date, or like I said, whatever. But there has to be this whatever on your relationship, because if there isn't anything like this, bad information, you're in a faux relation. You need to feel distinct when you are in the dating with that character. A sense that you have never skilled before. Due to the fact, you could experience high quality with a friend as properly, you can have reminiscences too. However, to have that unexplainable feeling is what you could get with someone you truly love. 4. There is a lot of misunderstanding. To start with, all of us are a little hazy, no longer certain what to feel or if it's okay to sense this manner, unsure of your companion's feelings, spending hours contemplating he loves me not. But after you've spent splendid time together with your companion, and you may without a doubt provide substance to how you sense, or in case your companion genuinely loves you and also you aren't seeking to do anything approximately this disarray of emotions and hold to profess love, then this is a conventional signal of a fake relationship. That is one of the things that you actually don't want to have to your head whilst in a courting. There needs to be trusted, and you have got to be completely certain about this character due to the fact you need to spend your entire existence with this unique person. Even supposing it takes asking your partner if he loves you or no longer 100 times, do this. Be 110% positive about that individual, after which decide. Because you don't want to live with this harassed feeling your whole existence and turn out to be regretting. And it is not simply them, you yourself ought to make certain about them as properly. You don't ought to misinform yourself and stay with that man or woman just to cause them to happy or just due to the fact you have been compelled to. If you don't sense sure about that individual, cross and speak to them and try to lead them to recognize you. Because now and again it can appear what you fall for someone, and after more than 1 month, you recognize that it's not virtually the excellent idea for the both of you. So in preference to mendacity to yourself and ruining the other individual's life as well, communicate to them in case you're having doubts, after which determine what to do. Having those little confusions and misunderstandings are okay, all and sundry is going through them. You could even fight a couple of instances with your accomplice over different things. However, at the quit of the day, you have got to have this sense that, no matter what occurs, he loves you and will stay with you. 5. The main discussions are off limits. This is an extension of awful communique. A couple has stupid conversations in addition to serious discussions. You're wrong to suppose that a great courting is one without arguments and heated discussions. A glad couple talks about things that be counted, and it does not have an effect on their love for each different. If you guys keep away from having consequential conversations, speak about superficial things like the climate, then your relationship is just too true to be genuine. If you in reality care about matters, then there's no manner you may pass without arguments every so often. Starting up in the front of someone isn't genuinely smooth. Telling that a person the whole thing about you, your secrets and techniques, isn't always clean. Having that courage to open up in front of your partner is what's needed. However, in case you don't recognize the real bits and bobs approximately each different, for example, stuff from each other's past and so on, then well, you each need to sit down and have that communicate. Each couple fights a factor or every other, over one factor or some other. It indicates the passion continues to be in the courting. I'm now not pronouncing each couple need to fight with every different all the time, however having a real argument about something affordable is key. As an example, in case you do no longer argue about whatever at all, it is able to imply that you two don't actually care approximately each different. Once I said communication among the two is simply crucial and that the couple need to speak with each other extra regularly. I didn't imply to most effective communicate approximately the climate and the day at all. We're given to have the one's private conversations as well. It doesn't continually must be that severe, even speak me about something a laugh collectively is good. Also, you have to look for the things they share with you, and the things they want to have with you. If they communicate approximately a future collectively, like you two can communicate about going to places collectively, have youngsters collectively, plan your future collectively, you are in an actual relationship. However, if they forget about these subjects and try to talk approximately something else whilst you start speak me about these, this is the relation you don't want to have. 6. There's a power of struggle between you two. Letting pass of your egos is crucial for a sustainable courting. You are in a dating wherein a person continually must be proper, it doesn't be counted the way it impacts your dating, all that topics is being right. Which means there is a lack of affection within the relationship, because when you are in love you are greater bendy, extra concerned approximately your companion's feelings, being proper doesn't always count. Do not forget, winning an issue is not truly a win in a courting. Comprising is a huge part of a healthful courting. There can be times where the alternative individual is inaccurate, but you were given to step all the way down to give up the fight or the argument. There is a risk that they understand what you are attempting to say, some other time. Maybe they had been having a bad time, they had been mad at something else and your argument made them react in a way they wouldn't have. Now, if you assume that the best outcome of an issue together with your accomplice is the only in which you are constantly right in the end, then it is not genuine love in any respect. You simply don't care approximately your partner, all you care about is being proper. If you can cross your limits simply to prove a point to a person, then which means your ego is big and you don't care approximately that individual. You can be right, but that doesn't mean that you can say anything to the other individual. You have got were given to be cautious approximately their feelings as well. If someone can let go their ego and admit a fault they did now not even commit, just for you, there is no other character more proper for you than this one. 7. There may be sexual chemistry. You guys are too hot for every other inside the bed, but when it comes to speaking and communicate you guys are clueless or just not interested. The handiest way you men experience in sync is by physical touch. This virtually way you are in a carnal relationship. Once the infatuation dies, so will the connection. This is a very commonplace, characteristic signal of a courting being well timed. Buddies with blessings is clearly now not the connection you're seeking out right here. The relationship in which you want to have real emotions, accept as true with ardor and sense cherished. It becomes stated in advance inside the article that ordinarily a dating is created simply to get in your pants. Many men try to do that nowadays. They will say things to the lady in an effort to make her sense like on top of the arena, experience like she's the simplest one for this man, experience actually loved, but it is most effective to have sexual relations with that lady. Women are taken into consideration to be emotional and have extra emotions than the guys. Men use this very reality to their advantage and use their emotions to get in bed with them. The guys realize what the girls need to hear, in order that they begin speaking like that and make them experience they're in a real courting. Again, no longer every man is like that. Human beings can encounter as tempting and attractive, generally, on the initial tiers of the dating, that is because they're trying to win you over. They may try to flirt more with you, make you feel satisfactory, seduce you in distinctive approaches and act like they may be head over heels for you simply to get what they need. Now there is really not anything incorrect with a majority of these flirting and romance, but the trouble right here is that they may be doing this, no longer due to the fact they are genuinely interested in you, they may be doing this simply to get in mattress with you. 8. You don't know each other family and friends. Someone who is severe approximately you wants to make you part of his life, will usually introduce you to his buddies and circle of relatives. If it's been a while and you continue to haven't met each other's family and it doesn't appear to trouble one or each of you, this means the individual doesn't want to get too involved and has set limits to how and ways the connection will go. Doing this will mean a couple of factors. One is that the individual isn't sure about you in any respect. He thinks that this courting won't ultimate for lengthy and you will sooner or later break up, so why trouble and make you meet his dad and mom or friends. 2D. He is not inquisitive about you in any respect. This could be because it became said earlier, for sexual reasons or time bypass. So, once more, he won't hassle and invite you to meet his buddies or family. And it is not just as much as them. You have to ask them as nicely, because if you don't care approximately assembly his buddies or family either, then properly, there may be no love and affection from your side either. If the man or woman is surely into you, and sees a future with you, he'll very thankfully need to realize greater approximately your pals and own family and need to fulfill them as well. Similarly, it goes for his side as well. If there's actual love and that will stay together forever feeling, he will need you to fulfill his circle of pals and own family too. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.